What's up everyone, Gids here for another guide on Gran Saga, and today's guide is all about potential and how to use your PP. Okay, so if you don't know how to use your PP, stick around because I'm gonna teach you how to use your PP. Anyways, PP basically stands for potential points and it's used here on the potential system right here. Potential system will be unlocked as you progress your story mode. I don't really know when, but you get this one early on, and it's one of the earlier systems of gaining power for each of your characters. So to explain how the system works, first let's talk about how do you gain PP. So you gain PP whenever your character levels up. Let me move myself out of this for a sec. Okay, so you can see here, this is your PP right here on the lower left, and you can see here that there's an indicator that says acquired PP +1. So this basically means that whenever this character levels up, they gain 1 PP. Okay, so it says +1. And if you compare it to this one, it's a +5 actually. So it's kind of different. It's a different number for each level. And I'm not sure how it actually works for how much PP you actually gain per level, but yeah, this one's +1, this one's +5, this one is +4, right? So they all gain different number of PPs whenever they level up. But the thing is, everyone actually, all your characters have a base level. If you look at my account right here, everyone is actually at level 51. So the whole roster, all your characters will have the same base level whenever you're doing content. So whenever someone's leveling up from the base level, for example, I have Namari right here. I never fed her any of the XP potions, so she's still at the base level. And that's actually a good tracker for me to know that everyone is at level 51. Okay, so that means you can actually gain PP for characters that you are not even using, and this is going to be relevant later on because you still get rewards by giving power, a lot of power for your characters. Okay, so now that we know how to gain PP, so yeah, actually the best way or fastest way to gain PP is to just feed XP potion onto one character. Again, focus on just one character. You can give the XP potions to the others later on once you've level 90'd one of your characters. Okay, anyways, let's get back into the potential system over here and let's explain the paths that you want to go to. Okay, so basically what essentially everyone wants to do is to max out everything in here, but you're gonna do it from inside out, right? So you're not really going to want to focus on just one aspect of it and max out that one aspect because all the stats here are actually pretty beneficial, but for priority's sake, okay, priority's sake, these are the things that I definitely recommend. Of course, you're gonna be starting off with these things right here on the right side, like right on the right side of your characters, and these are very essential skills for your character. So like a quick attack over here for melee characters, they get to dash to enemies if they are 4 meters away or further. This one's your defensive skill, and then you have basic attack increase, and then another buff to your basic attack. So basically these things right here, these three right here is unlocked through your character's level. So that's why you can just easily level them up, and you're only going to be consuming PP for this one, and it's not going to consume any souls. Okay, souls, let's talk about them later if you're having trouble trying to get them. Okay, so after this side right here, next one is these things right here. These things right here actually cost 0 PP. Okay, 0 PP to upgrade them, so unlock them whenever your character is leveled up to the required one. So I think this one is level 55, so I think it's 20, 30, 40, 50, 55. Then this is probably 60. No, it's not. Okay, so this one's already requiring souls. Okay, so you definitely don't really want to prioritize the ones that require soul because right now there's not an easy way to obtain a lot of souls. Okay, so once you've done left and right, next priority that I would advise you guys is to get the SSR Grand Weapon reward. So all potentials for all characters will have a path that goes towards an SSR Grand Weapon. So again, SSR Grand Weapons are very, very good, especially in the early game where it's pretty hard to actually luckily get an SSR for a character that you want. So you actually want to path towards this as soon as possible. So for example, this one for Fu Xiao, you go for this attack, defense, dexterity, attack, HP, attack medication, block damage reduction, and then you'll be able to get this one. Okay? So once you've done that, right? Once you've got your SSR Grand Weapon, Now you get to start working on from the inside going outside. Okay, so the basic costs for these things right here are basically just going to be PPs, right? They're only going to be PPs, so you're gonna work yourself outward. Okay, outward. It doesn't matter how you want to do it, right? But I suggest just go outward, and then once you start hitting stuff that requires souls. So for example, let's look at someone that's not fully upgraded yet. Oh, this guy has a lot already, but yeah, you'll be able to see here there are some that requires PP and some souls. So that's basically where I want to stop, especially for other characters like this one, characters that I don't really use. I stop whenever I see soul requirements, but I actually take the ones that only cost one soul. Like these ones right here. I think these ones right here only cost one soul to upgrade. So I took them. So once it's showing 3 souls now, I'm going to stop actually from that point. But you can see here, we already actually have a lot of good stats, bonus stats for this character. It's the same thing for this one, right? I always stop whenever I get there. And again, we're pathing towards SSR Grand Weapons, right? SSR Grand Weapon over here. And QE, this one's a character that I'm actually using. Actually got the SR Grand Weapon over here. SR Grand Weapon here is almost open. Let's just take it now. There we go. Oh no, it's an SR artifact actually, not a Grand Weapon. And yeah, we're pathing towards the Grand Weapon reward. The problem is this soul right here, there's no way for me to get it at the moment. So I'm trying to look for ways to actually get it. And then we have this one. Again, this one's free, so always take it. This one's unlocked at level 55, right? She's level 56 now, so I'm able to unlock that path. And again, I stopped when there's 3 souls required for the stuff. Unless I have an excess of those materials, right? Like, it's okay to spend it if you have an excess of it, right? But if you're not yet sure if you're actually going to play that character, then it's actually okay to save the materials, right? But for me, I think I'm pretty sure I'm going to play QE, right? So yeah, this is basically how I'm playing it. So I'm playing it in, or I'm upgrading them in an outward way. So from inside going outside. Like, again, essentially in the end, you want everything unlocked for every character anyway. So there is no wrong answers here on how you want to build your characters or how you want to prioritize your stats. I mean, there is a way where you can actually just prioritize all the offensive for a damage dealer. Like, for example, QE here will just take all the red ones and ignore the blue, yellow, and greens, right? But essentially, you still want everything. So yeah, it's like, it's not a problem for me because I know I'm gonna be getting more PPs in the future as soon as we level up our characters. Okay, just a thing to remember, there is no reset button for this one, but again, it doesn't really matter because in the end, you want everything to be maxed out. Okay, so next is a question for the souls, right? So where are we going to get these souls? So if you go to this thing, if you go to the source, you can see here there are different sources, but this one's closed. We have this one, NPC shop. So this is one good place to actually get it. It's the Fushao special story event. So in the event shop right here, you can actually get the souls for cheap, right? Well, it's not really cheap, but yeah, you'll be able to get them here. But I don't really recommend getting it from here because you want to prioritize the summon materials over here and of course the diamonds. Okay, so a better way to actually get these souls is to go to Grand Jewel right here. So Grand Jewel will be selling the souls right here. It will actually sell all the possible souls later on, but I think you unlock this one by progressing your story mode. So right now I'm able to unlock up to or buy up to Monizard's souls right here, 10x, and you can buy them using the Grand Jewels. Okay. Now, next question again. How do you get the Grand Jewels? It's basically through exchange and reverting artifacts. Artifacts that you don't use. But be careful doing this. Don't do it until you have Master. Okay, until you have Master rank for your artifacts and your Grand Weapon. So essentially, getting them to Master is just getting them ascended to 5 stars. Right? So for example, these guys are ascended to 5 stars. So that's what you want to prioritize first. So if you don't see a master tag on top of them, well, it's not gonna show it here. But if you don't see a master tag on top of them, it means that you'll still have to ascend them or something, right? So simple click ascension over here, right? So this one says master 1, so it means I already have one item that has 5-star on it, so I can start disassembling it. These ones have no tags on it yet, but we can always ascend them, right? So yeah, that's basically what you want to do. You want to ascend them first because it's also going to give you some soul points over here on Soul Link for artifacts, and of course for the grand weapons as well for the elemental ones. Okay, so that's a lot of excess power if you don't actually do that. Again, very simple. Just go to this cat right here and select all. I'm just gonna unselect the ones that don't have a master tag, and you can see here it's giving me 280 grand jewels. So there you go. You can do the same thing for artifacts that are master rank and revert. There you go. There's an easier way to do this one as soon as you get everything to master. It's just going to your summon page right here, and on the lower left, let me move myself again. This thing right here, auto revert and dismantle. Just check all master gears only so that you don't accidentally revert ones that you don't have master levels. Okay? So yeah, that's basically how you get them, and that's how you get the souls that you need to use for your PP stuff. Okay, so yeah, there you go. Now you know how to use your PP. And yeah, so now that you know all that, make sure to spend all your PPs on all characters that you have, especially the ones that don't really require any souls. So look at this one. I have everything for my characters at 50 PP spent for each character over here for characters that I'm not using. So the reason why you want to do that, it's because you can squeeze out a little bit more power from them. And if you look at the progress tab over here and total combat power, you actually get rewards by getting a lot of power for all your characters. So this is for all characters that you have across the board, not only the ones in your roster, not only your main character, but all of them. Okay, all of them. So this is why this is very important and a good way to squeeze out a bit more power from all characters to get all these milestones. Okay, that's pretty much it for this guide. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comments below. I'll try to answer them. I read all comments and try to answer them as much as I can. Okay, so yeah, if this video helped you, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.